say if they're all built off of this square, so I'm going to try to think ahead, see if I can't illustrate. I'm going to start with the book. And again, just trying to start off with this. See if I can get it better here for you. Starting out with lines that go to the left, and usually it's at a 30-degree line, but as long as you make them parallel, it doesn't matter which direction that you establish to start first. See if I can get that going here. Okay, and this will help you determine the width or the length of the book. And again, just trying to keep these lines parallel. If anything, you would want to taper them into one another, which would lend itself to perspective, and then building it up like this. So however thick you make this, and again, these lines, as you start to shade this, I'm going to kind of use it more linear this time. So I'm just rounding off one side for the spine of the book, and looking at the pages as they also building up that way. Now, if you want to add stuff to it or add another book to it, that's fine. You know, just trying to get you a little more practice at this before we start designing things from scratch there. So I'm just going to put a couple. And in this case, they're both using the same parallel line, but there's a chance sometimes where you would have it be off on another direction, but I'll keep them all the same just for the start of this. You only need to do one. I'm just adding a couple. And again, trying to use the motion when you stand up. You don't have to stand, but it gives you a little bit more flexibility to do it. And just curving this side here. Once it's in there, as they go through some of these drawings, just kind of establish a light source, and you can kind of block in the shading a little bit. If you can see this, and like I said, you're trying to keep it loose at first, so it ends in there. Now I can go back in with a heavier line as I start. And again, by standing up, it gets you the whole motion with your arm. Building that up. And you're trying to just build that up. The cushion of the paper makes it a little bit softer. As you do this, again, just trying to establish the first part of this line in here. Putting that together. And at that point, I'm going to go in and just kind of shade just a little bit more. See how you do at it. And it's the side of the pencil makes it a lot quicker and easier, and you can put some cast shadows down. And again, if the surface of the book in the back, for example, is dark, it can be shaded a little bit. So it's separating the section of the paper. And depending on if you get any details on the spine of the book, or if you even want to letter something on it, the letters go around it. And any details. So now I've tightened up on the pencil so I can get a little more control on it. A couple page lines might show through. Shadow might be cast a little darker. Let's see if you can't give yourself a quick rendering of it. Again, just Just trying to set that up like so.